In a bid to tackle the growing security challenges faced by farmers across Nigeria, the Leadership Hub Justice and Economic Advancement, LJE Nigeria, paid a strategic visit to the Delta State Commissioner for Agriculture. The visit aimed to discuss the impact of insecurity on agriculture and national food security, and to seek collaborative solutions with the State Ministry of Agriculture.
Sir, the group name is Leadership of Justice and Economic Advancement. So the Honourable Commissioner may want to know why you are here.
Thank you very much, Commissioner. Precisely, we understand the importance of this industry. And if you have been seeing some notice about a campaign going on around the country, Operation Free the Bush in Nigeria, the LJE Nigeria is championing the Operation Free the Bush. Behind the Operation Free the Bush, we are also campaigning Operation Restrict the Movement of Cattle in Nigeria. The Leadership of Justice and Economic Advancement is a leadership advocacy organization. We are into justice, we are into leadership advocacy and economic advancement for training young people within the country and outside the country. Precisely why we are here, sir, there is a growing problem in this country. And just on Tuesday here, we were invited by the Secretary of Police to come and give account about what we are advocating for operation restriction of movement of cattle. We tend to be very careful not to itemize it as cattle Fulani herdsmen. No, we refer them to cattle rearers. We have made similar presentation to Benin State and Ministry of Agriculture, received by the Commissioner of Agriculture, and we have been moving around the country personally, along with my team in Abuja. I have a document I'm going to present to you, but we are organizing a national conference in Abuja NAV Center, taking place on the 30th of September and on the 1st of October in Abuja. This conference basically is securing Nigeria's future, addressing the root causes of the herdsmen-farmer conflict through justice and inclusive dialogue. We have carried out a very comprehensive research about the issue of herdsmen-farmers crisis, and we have come to identify it in a very common term. To identify this thing to be that the herdsmen, the cattle rearers are businessmen, the farmers are businessmen. What we are presenting to Mr. President and to governors across the country is that there is a need for us to systematically implement complete restriction of movement of cattle in Nigeria. How do we do that? We will do that by recognizing the fact that these guys are business people. The cattle rearers should be able to provide certain portions of land, for the purpose of rearing their cattle and completely restricting the movement of cattle. Today, people can no longer go to farm. People cannot plant, even at your backyard, you can't even plant crops at your backyard because the cattle rearers will move their cattle from one place to another and consume the crops. It is a very difficult issue for us to cope if we don't address this issue from the roots. And that is why we are here to present to you the document for the securing Nigeria's future, addressing the root causes of the herdsmen farmers through justice and inclusive dialogue.
The President of LJE Nigeria formally presented an invitation to the upcoming national conference titled Securing Nigeria's Future and Addressing Herdsmen Attacks.
Also, thank you for moving to the fore in the advocacy of the issue of the farmers and herders clashes. For me, if you call it farmers herders clashes, you are just very good suits. And for me, anybody that carries a gun to kill is a criminal. And we should not color them with a profession. And it's a grave security challenge. For us in Delta State, we have been in the forefront of fighting this. When our governor, Elder Sheriff Francis Okolobo, was speaker, the law was promulgated. We call it the anti-hooliganism law. which aim was to make sure that marauders do not have a free day in Delta States. And under that law, the Delta State Livestock Management Committee was set up, which is an enforcement arm of that law, which is meant to act as the police that will make sure that open grazing is not practiced in Delta State. And I'm happy to say that our officers are on field and they are working. But going forward, we also saw the need that if we cannot actually produce food as we used to produce because of this, we cannot go hungry. We must keep on feeding ourselves. And he came up with the initiative on the homestead farming. The homestead farming is what you were referring to, that in our backyards we will be able to farm.
Yes.
And presently the ministry were encouraging people to grow their own food. And we are doing this by example. For instance, the governor, right in the government house, has his own farm. There is his own small homestead farm where he has vegetables and other things. As in, I also, as commissioner, I also have my own. Some of my officers also do have their own. And we are not just doing it personally. The ministry, we have started our phase 1 of homestead farming, where we are going to give out inputs and implements for people to be able to grow little things in their house as a stopgap measure while we are tackling this insecurity issue in our farms, which I believe subsequently will be able to surmount. You see, so the Delta State government is very happy with you, with your initiative and your advocacy, and they will support you because you speak our minds when you talk about this problem. We'll look at what you have brought. I and my teams will look at it, and we'll reach back to you on how we can partner and make progress together. Once again, thank you for coming, and God bless you.
Thank you very much, sir.
The conference will foster national dialogue and policy reforms on the farmer-herder conflict.